charcuterie board. You know, maybe at a birthday party or something. No?
How do you spell this? I'm looking this up as we speak.
I don't actually know if that's even the correct pronunciation. I know, but I know it's a cheese and meat board. And
a
charcuterie
I didn't
board.
know it was called that. Yeah, of course
Yeah.
I've seen.
Oh, cheese and meat board. My bad.
I just call it cheese and meat board. Come on.
My fault. You know what? That's my fault. I went a little too extravagant on it. I think Chiquita, but if anybody could correct us, that would be cool. So that way we can make sure that everybody is represented appropriately. But here we go.
Yes.
We jump into the pistol. Last time it was a best of 1 for the Guppies. This time a best of 3, and they're doing it against one of the teams that we have high hopes for. Here in the squad of Aspyre. They're on the attacking side, hanging out towards mid. Spike down on the ground, so no real commitment just yet.
We'll see. Things could easily blow up towards middle, though. 2 players into male. Actually, 3. It's a 4-man B lane that's being played right now from the Guppies. Could be difficult, but a Sky Smoke comes in, and no one's feeling enticed to push through that just yet. But with Smiley setting up the fault line, that could provide a catalyst for this mid play. Still, no one biting. It draws out the molly, though. And a wall potentially to go in events. This could be the perfect play right here for Aspyre. They're walking right into the gap in the defense. Down the vents they go, up into heaven and into the A site with only 2 players to hold them off.
Yeah, there are still defenders here, though, and they'd still have a bit of utility to work through. As Fruta gonna pop the cages up, and Broom gonna pop the grapes. It's Tazzy the first to fall, but Aspyre find their way onto this site through 3 kills of their own, and now in a 2v4. Lone gonna be the first up to the plate, and unfortunately, that's a strikeout. Now Vi needs to do something here all by his lonesome. No util, only a frenzy. 4 players to worry about as the flashes go out. The first one falls, but it's Ladder. Close out the round, and it's Aspyre. Here we go, showing signs of life early here in this series.
All right, I'll give it to the Guppies. They are running a certified dank composition. They're running the Brimstone on split, Arena on split. Okay, I'm just gonna say this, compositionally speaking, I don't really see the synergies that the Guppies have. But how about we just individually frag them out into oblivion? That's the way they can get this game across the line. Right now, Aspyre, though, running a much more stock standard setup where they can put that raise in with great setup from the Breach and from the Astra. I mean, hypothetically speaking, it should work out, but there are 3 players here. Things could get pretty frisky.
There are shorties here as well, and frenzies. The Sheriff on top of it all. Chiquita able to pick up a few, and oh my god, the Guppies! They've come to play! A thrifty, but more importantly, a flawless.
Add 2 tags to that one, and also for the Whale Sharks, the Guppies are the biggest fish. That's right, Whale Sharks are the biggest fish, and they're not actually whales. But Guppies, get it done. A thrifty flawless, a 4-man A stack, and most importantly, Chiquita, or charcuterie board, as Tanner Metro would like to say, on the Reyna. 2 immaculate Sheriff headshots, the only 2 kills. Ought to be clean from the Reyna. If there's anyone to have firepower, it is our Reyna here, and I'll call it Chiquita for the moment. Jumping across, though. Gonna have to back out for the moment, and Fruta, though, will be able to clean up the 2 as they run through the Sky Smoke, make it 3. And the Guppies starting off with a flurry of rounds. Fruta just leaping through his teammates. Oh, Molly, things actually getting pretty damaging here. Steven in a 1v2 needs a clean one. It's only the tags, though. Still, though, possibilities. But the spike on the ground. He needs to fight his way out the situation.
I mean, he's doing decent damage. Malone really only the safe one in this situation, and he is the one to collect the frag. So Guppies will find their second, but, I mean, Vi, is that just not the staple of Aspyre? To do all of that damage, but be unable to convert the round win, right? That's just kind of what we've seen throughout that entire series of the 2 maps that we saw. They do it again here. Fortunately, they come into a round where they can actually purchase and can reinvest, and the damage that they did, it means nothing, right? You're seeing this minor bonus round, and the people that had to, or the players that had to reinvest for Guppies, they still have money for the next round.
Yeah, winning the Thrifty is such a big boost They didn't force buy or any of that nonsense. They got a straight thrifty round with armorless shorties, classics, and sheriffs. It's a huge boost to kick off the game for the Guppies. They're going to need every round they can get, I'm sure of that. This round could be quite a big one, quite a statement at least for the Guppies, who, you know, and for all intents and purposes are definitely considered an underdog versus a team like Aspyre, who have been competing at numerous amounts of these lands, have won one of these lands. Even though spots out this tripwire, doesn't have a way to actually pop it just yet. No, never mind, he does. Just look left. Comes through. He's gonna drop in the sky smoke. Admittedly, that gives Demon space to play around that smoke. And now they're kind of realizing, like, hey, they just gave us some free space. We can actually start a split onto the B side. Admittedly, 3 players here for the Guppies, but Aspyre might not just care.
Ooh, flash goes out. It never gets popped. It's room to find the first. Tazzy able to collect one more, and the flashes are good from Smiley as Vi jumped on down. He was still blinded up, now taken down as that spike gets planted. Chiquita evens the odds. Nice headshot there. Able to get that full heal as well as Malone swaps the weapons from Bulldog to Phantom, but it's just not enough. Now it's all up to the Reyna with a Devour or a Dismiss to play with. Overhealed to 150 health. The clock is ticking, and he's wary of a flank. He's actually going to fight his way back out towards the alley, and I don't know if Ares is going to be ready for this one. No, the Astra, completely unexpected, going to be taken down. That Dismiss still available, used for not information or anything. Ladder now needs to try and do a 26 HP. He's around the corner. The shots will land, and it's Chiquita to get it done. It's gonna be close. This would be a big round win, and that's exactly what it is for the clutch.
Unbelievable from Chiquita. Ladder moves, steps around, gets knocked out. What a round. The Guppies, they're up 3-1. They win their bonus against Aspyre. And now that's the real statement. That is the real statement that we're talking. It's no more of these, you know, sort of oddball rounds where, okay, we're going to pick up the thrifty and then we're going to clean up the eco. That is a bonus round. They are definitively at a disadvantage when they start that, and they get the win. They get an individually placed win. The Reyna actually popping off here. And now it's a Demon just trying to send himself through. I'm not sure how successful that was meant to be. Chiquita, a second. 3v5. Spire. I guess Smiley down the vents. He just made noise, though, and now he is about to get one pedal his way. And even jumping in to take down Smiley. Chiquita going all the way. Aspyre. They're getting flexed on right now, Tanner. This is weird.
And you know what? You talked about how this stuff like this can work in events like this where you just kind of go to comfortability, you see what's going to work. The Reyna is not something that you ever expect. And we're seeing the Guppies play this kind of as you would, right? A very confident solo queue puggy style game where you just let your Reyna do whatever you want. You're still working together as a squad because obviously the comms are a lot better than they are in solo queue. And I think to that point, this is also something that who's scrimmed against this comp, right? Who's been playing against this exact comp on Split? Surely not Aspyre. So just that X factor, that wrench that's thrown into it, as it's a Rolling Thunder and a Showstopper. A Rocket's not a wrench thrown into this one, but Demon collects absolutely nothing. An Incendiary right at his feet. The paint shells are good. The Aftershock almost better. But Vicey's still able to walk away with the frag. Smiley blinded up, taken down, and the Guppies one player ahead.
They gotta account for this Cypher over and over again. We saw what the Cypher's able to do on Bind, and again it catches Demon. Now Chiquita in towards the vents, finds one and dismisses away in pure Reyna fashion. Instant kills, 18 HP, off angle, held to Chiquita with 3. Just wants to go in for more, and then collapsed on into middle. The Guppies playing confident Valorant right now on LAN. The momentum is there. And again, I need to just talk about this. You mentioned who scrims against this composition. Brimstone and Reyna on this map. But also, one thing to consider is, generally speaking, the Guppies are helping each other out. The team play is there. Vicey is struggling in towards B Heaven, And then Vroom is actually able to toss in a flash, a guiding light, and it allows an easy kill for Vicey. There's a trip setup just ready and waiting. Guppies are just more or less demolishing the default on this, and that was an opping Reyna. Where are you expecting this? How do you play against that?
Oh man, yeah, just to that point again, how do you play against that? This is right here. This is one of those things where obviously you want to stay measured and you're playing in an official, but I feel like Aspyre, they just have to kind of loose the chains a little bit and just go hard, just have fun with it and look to play the game how they would. But Demon, okay, living up to his name. A couple of kills go his way. Vroom goes unchecked atop the rafters, and that's the worst thing that you could have done. Now Demon on the hunt, but as he pushes forward, he's got two right behind him. Oh, and it's a jump peek from Vibes. Takeda also there's the flash comes through. It doesn't quite land, but the operator in close quarters combat will do the trick.
Dude, I only see opping Reynas in my ranked games, not when you're beating a legit contender in North America, 6-1. Timeout called in from Aspyre. I can always drop the copium and say, yes, it's split defender side, but I think that we've just seen some elements right here from the Guppies that is genuinely fantastic. Great team play coming through from the vast majority of these players. Like in little micro situations, they're thriving. They're not over-facing. It feels like they are a well-oiled machine. And they're up 6-1 against the team that is, you know, that practices, that's under a signed banner. Aspyre need to get their act together here. I came into this event with them as one of the favorites. They've won the previous LAN. I'll talk about that all I want. But they're down 6-1 on their own map pick. I need to see something much better off the back of this TO. This is their buy round, Tanner. I was just talking about Sheriffs and all the likes in that previous one. This is it. And now they also have to go through a massive Guppies economy. Things have to start now rather than later.
Right there.
Yeah, have to start now. Usually we see it in that round 5. This one obviously a little awkward. It took us a little bit deeper to get that second buy for Aspyre, but that still went the way of Guppies. Now their third full purchase coming into this one. We'll see what they can get done with it. Cheetah's been good here on this angle, whether it be with the rifle over the top of the sage wall or the operator. You can assume that he's going to find some value. His Demon out towards mid. The boombot's there. And again, we're just seeing this measured default style from Aspyre, and it's just getting picked apart.
It's a little too measured. They're not really putting emphasis on parts of the map while the Guppies are. And they kind of walk into a 2v3 in towards A main, and they lose the opening kill. Sage down. Demon gonna try and just... It has to be a solo entry. He needs to get an opening kill on him alone to open up this round, but met with the molly. Smiley burning down too. And Malone, an opportunity. And now the B site all of a sudden comes under threat.
Oh my goodness, by under threat right in his face comes Demon. But okay, the retake, it's immediate. They drop out of heaven and Vroom is there to run him over. And Ladder here to pick up the pieces, but it's an operator to cut him down. 7 rounds now for the Guppies. And this all started, this momentum, this 7 in a row started with that flawless, thrifty round that they won after losing the pistol. Absolutely insane.
And the biggest thing, the Guppies again, you know, once they get the guns in their hands, and right now I'm not saying like they've practiced all that, and when I say they're playing off of instinct, it's not in a bad way, but when you're playing off of instinct, you react individually way faster than anyone who has drilled over and over again, who's reading from an instruction manual. Surprise though! Oh man,
out of charge.
What a shot there from Demon, but now Vicey in a bit of a tough situation, but has Malone by his side to put this eco to rest. I mean, the openings so far from Aspyre have been filthy. It has to be a clutch from Tazzy now in a 1v3. and caught out in the open. Tazi's gonna get it. But what I want to say is the Guppies are just... There's like the meme where, you know, you're telepathically connected, like the Giga Brain, basically.
Yeah.
That's what the Guppies are going through right now. They're kind of reading the thoughts of every single player in the situation that they're in, and their team play at the moment is just perfection based off of instinct right now. And Aspyre, I mean, you can read as many instruction manuals as you can get. You have to be able to drill that one together and get it together right now. Is Demon again on entry, but caught out. He's isolated, fragged out now by Fruta.
Yeah, it seems like Demon is starting to have some fun with it. Unfortunately, it's a little too fast for the team to be able to answer, but the pieces, although they get scrambled just a bit, courtesy of Fruta, he's been taken down. And now, well, there's opportunity. Orbital Strike looking to delay, and it's not. The spike goes down. Easy peasy as Vi can hop down from heaven. It's Malone to take down Smiley. Now looking for more on the site. The rendezvous, it's not needed as Ladder plants his feet. And it's table, ladder, chair here. Off the top ropes comes the chamber ace for Aspyre.
Trying to just start the retake before anything happens. I'm not sure what the Orbital Strike was meant to do there for Vicey. Maybe buy some space into the retake. Maybe nuke out towards Hell so they can put all their attention onto the site. But Ladder stands the test. 5 HP and holds his own for an ace. Was that literally the bottom of the server prior to that round? And now, well, they need to get the engine going. Pulling the ripcord on the lawnmower here for Aspyre to get things moving. Another straight A play for them to move in with. Surely all the information is here, though, as the rotates do begin to arrive. Aspyre, however, are looking to double back towards middle. They put on the pressure to A. For the most part, they don't really have map control on other parts. They haven't burned a lot of their utility, though, so that's actually not really a huge concern. They still have all their breach utility to be able to maybe work up in towards B heaven. Perhaps some of the Raze utility as well. A couple Aspyre stars to boot. But all they do is just pressure mid. And they glide back to an open A site. This rotate, this little mid-round shenanigans is actually paid off here for Aspyre. The question is, they just need the frags to back it up.
Smokes go down. The cages trying to stall from Fruta, but gets nothing. And as the Nebula, it buys time. Chiquita doesn't want to push this out towards the Raptors. Fruta also in a tough spot, and that Cam not really in a position to be able to get the value. Somehow gets one, but it's equalized. That spike gets planted. It's been a difficult route to this point. It's been back and forth, but now it's a 4v4. The resurrection available for Aspyre, but the body is not quite in position to do so. And now you've got everybody to resurrect. This Tazi was the last one standing, and it was only for a moment. That round fight, it was measured until it was just the Guppies.
Sorry to spoil the party.
Get guppied. This is all the way I'm gonna say it. Because, look, they get every 1v1 duel, and they just won it. Is just a way to say it there. There's the 1v1 onto ramp that we got to see, and then into the site, a 1v1 into elbow. Actually, more or less a double swing into elbow. Bang, that's one. And then a player gets burnt out to a crisp behind the screen and towards the back of the site, and then, well, I don't know what you're supposed to do there if you're Aspyre. I mean, the Guppies just annihilated them on the spot. Is just the way to phrase it. They got Guppy. And now, well, trying to turn this one maybe into a bit of a faster play out towards middle. Demon again trying to entry through with the Rolling Thunder this time, though. Surely some success has to happen here for Aspyre.
And there's no resistance from the Cypher. He's on the wrong side of the map here.
That's true.
In the last round of the half, so they're able to take that space up into heaven. They're contested, but they do find those kills and cut it down to 3 remaining. That spike gets planted. Vicey just hoping somebody comes this way so we can mow him down with the Odin, but that's not going to be the case as the Nebula smoke come on through. Just on top of the sky smoke. The paint shells are good, and Demon going to collect his second kill on the round, and just like that, the clock is ticking. The time is running out here for the Guppies, and the third round is just around the corner for Aspyre. As Grabwell will keep the Brimstone at bay. It's ladder moves to take him down, and Aspyre put a third on the board.
Alrighty. Finally, Aspyre. Alright, a third round. Just by virtue, you're right about the Cypher setup just not being there. Normally, that is there always to shut down the likes of Demon trying to entry on through. But this time around, not home, rotates not there, entries come through for the side of the Guppies. Now attack side split, though. I mean, there is a lot of copium to be had about its defense side split and 9-3 curse. There's so much in the air right now. Can the Aspyre capitalize on it is the biggest thing. It's going to be a straight A play to go, though. And the thing is, for Aspyre, is their rotates are so far away. If an instant kill comes through here for the Guppies, this site is wide open.
Yep, Smiley's here. Oh my, Grabwell, but no, Smiley!
No.
There was just so much to worry about there, and he wasn't able to pick up any kills there. Instead, it's all Guppies here, the school of fish. They find themselves firmly planted on the A site with the spike planted. And Tazzy and Demon have a very similar tall task that they put the Guppies in a round ago. A 2v5, the Cam taken down the wall shortly to follow, and while the bullets are being traded back and forth, the bodies are starting to drop. Fruta gets put in an awkward position as Tazzy was healing up, but it's his counterpart in Malone. Imposter down, and Guppies to double digits.
That round was a classic Shakespearean tragedy. I'm pretty sure he's written about that one. Grabwell dragging 3 players together, but no headshot connected. And you have to think, I mean, that's kind of what's been going through Aspyre the entire day today. You just can't catch a break. Spectres out across the board for Guppies. They have to, they're taking the eco. There is reason to consider a force buy here for Aspyre. They're hoping that defense side split pays some dividends, and on the other side of the map, well, you know, they're just playing they're just 2-man executing onto this site. This could get risky if there is a headshot hit by a sheriff, but they're just shuffling around the rotations, doing what we call a little bit of trolling. And I'll Aspyre 4v5 on an eco, and they're playing ultra passively at the moment. But they are making a gamble rotate back to the A site. The thing is here, as I'm looking at my minimap, and as they run through here, Shota has just opened up the B side, but they're walking into the stack right now, and there's 2 kills that come through.
And you're lurking, Reyna.
Hey!
Any day now, okay. Does collect 1. The spike, it's pushing up towards heaven. It can make its way out to the B side, so that lurking Reyna, it did everything that Guppies needed.
Able to rotate back in. Shota, though, in spawn, doesn't want to get picked off, so he's going to actually keep on falling back into spawn. Does have the dismiss ready and available, of course.
And both players healthy here to try and lock down the site. Oh, but look at this. Smiley. Look at the information onto one. Vi wasn't ready for main, and now it's all up to Shota here in a 1v3. The high-low, it might be too much. Down goes Demon. Oh, no. Smiley survives the spike. It goes halfway. Ares hops off and proves himself to be the god of war to close out the thrifty round.
All right. Are we going to get the reverse? Right back into things. As now a thrifty round won by the defender side for the second time this game.
BYB fam. Going to Astral to do them.
And it's going to have to be Guppies to take an eco and bend the knee. All of a sudden, Aspyre get their chance in the driver's seat. For this game, it ain't over. Winning the thrifty is a great way to get back into the game. Get the scoreline ever closer. Who knows? 10-6 possibility. Of course, the other way is just don't get thriftied again. They have all of... There's so much control handed over, though, to the Guppies. All of B Heaven conceded. And all of the attention drawn onto the site. And Ladder Moves gets ran down. Oh, no. Terrifying. But Smiley, you has the double. He needs to turn it into 3, and he's got it too. But wrapped around into spawn. The spike does need to get retrieved. It will. The plant should go through. But now Guppies, they had all the space. They had to hand it back to the defense as they get this spike planted. The 2v3 is what we got.
Paint shells clear the close corners, unbeknownst to Aspyre. Both players are trapped here on the side. Here comes the blast across. It's Demon first up. It's the Reyna taken down. Now Vicey needs to battle his way on out. It's low HP on Demon again, and he's gonna fall. It's all up to Ares once more. He was clutch previous. Now needs to do it again. He's got a star to play with as he's wary of all the angles.
Oh!
It's Vicey on the clutch. It's Guppies to 11.
Oh, man. And the one thing, the one rule you weren't supposed to break. Don't get thriftied, and the Guppies are gonna get it. 11-4, get gupped. I mean, how do you fight that? I mean, it is... They do go in one by one. You can always say that, but you also have to commend the shots from Vicey. Armorless and a Phantom connects the headshots even while concussed. These players are a force to be reckoned with on the side of the Guppies. 11-4, and they're just gonna hold down the gas pedal in towards the A site. And with the Reyna leading the charge, Ares the one to reply. Still possibilities, but Malone with the 2-piece, 3v4, and the rest of Aspyre are simply being run down. You need a masterclass, and Ladder Moves, he gets the first. There needs to be more, though.
The dog clears nothing. And the orbital strike, it's hard to call this one because you know the chamber's up, right? You know that rendezvous, or you have an idea that that rendezvous can be used to get to safety. So they'll hang on to that for now as Tazzy maybe has himself a backstab angle. It's all about the timing as he's about to walk up onto 3. Now they know that all 3 are in heaven. And this classic has a very tall task, and it gets a whole lot harder as everybody sneaks away. One spotted, and well, it's Fruta to convert a 12th for the Guppies in the first map, seemingly going their way.
I am shocked.
That goes there.
Aspyre were the #1 seed coming in, at least in their group. This is the first seed versus the 3 seed. You would not believe it if it went the other way. Aspyre, at least in my wheelhouse, one of the favorites to take it, could be out of here
This should do.
very quickly. Their map pick has turned to sand to slip through their fingers, and now just to go again, run it, A side, let's go.
Yep, just have fun with it. Let's go quick, and that's exactly what they're looking to do. Tazzy, the last to fall in the round previous, the first to fall in this one. Demon also going to follow that same order of room. Gonna be able to collect there. Smiley out with the fault line, and Cheetah gonna be taken down. Vroom also falls, so we've got a nice little back and forth, but it's only for a moment. It's Vicey and Fruta to close us out, and it's Aspyre to fall again in a map 1, this time 13-4.